Positive and negative mindsets are two very different ways of thinking. The way you think can affect how you make decisions every day in your life. Cole Bennett talks about how positive thinking can help you reach your goals, while negative thinking can set you back and prevent you from reaching your goals. Cole Bennett is a music video director and CEO of a multimedia company called Aviram Mikkilineni. Cole Bennett started this company while he was in high school, and he continued to manage it while he went to college, giving both college and his company equal priority while Lyrical Lemonade was in its early stages of development. Mindset is Everything, a TED Talk given by Cole Bennett in 2019, achieves the claim of how having a positive mindset is important to success through its effective use of schisis, automaton, and parallelism. Cole Bennett's claim in his speech is about how positive thinking can help you reach your goals, and how negative thinking can keep you and set you back from it, and how negative thinking can never help you while positive thinking can. And now I will transition to a segment that is a very strong and effective argument that helps support this claim.
Quavo. So it was like he's on tour, he's a huge artist, he's getting back to me like every 3 days or so with feedback on the video and what he wants me to adjust and change. So about a month and a half goes by of this, and I'm working about 12 hours a day on this video. And he kind of just tells me, you know, we're already working on our next project. I think we're going to shelve this one. Hopefully we can work on something in the future. And it was just like that. And for me, this was all I was thinking about for 2 months. And I felt like I was at the tip top. I could really feel like a new life and entering a new chapter and being able to reach new goals that I'd always dreamt of. And I just fell to the ground. It was like I had it, I tasted it, and then I lost it. And my mindset and my optimistic thinking pushed me through it. I had to remember that I'm a glass half full type of thinker. I could easily be half empty right now, but I gotta be half full. So I'm working, I'm hungrier than I've ever been at this point. Things are going good.
In the segment that was just shown, Cole Bennett talks about how he was making a music video for a very successful artist and worked on it for a couple of months, but then he was told that he could no longer release the music video. And he describes how this made him go from feeling on top of the world to the bottom. This segment is very effective in supporting the argument because it gives the audience a little bit of relatability, because most people have been in situations that seem like they're going in a good direction but then went bad. And it also is very supporting and effective in supporting the argument because it briefly summarizes the main idea of the speech, because it talks about how it was a negative circumstance, but his positive mindset made the circumstance useful even though it was a negative one. And this segment was an example of a simile because when he was describing how he went from feeling from the top of the world to the bottom, he used like, and the fact that it was a simile allows for the audience to relate because they can apply it to their situation, because they can compare two different things that have the same relation as Cole's situation. Another rhetorical strategy used in Cole's speech to further support his claim was when he said, quote, "People like to identify themselves as a glass half full or a glass half empty type of person. This is a simplistic way of stating whether you are an optimistic thinker or a pessimistic one. We all have bad days and we all have good days. But what fuels a bad day also fuels a good day. We can't control our circumstances always, but we can control how we handle our circumstances. Optimism is a positive way of thinking. It's a subconscious way of praising your happiness." This segment, this quote, unquote, this quote is an example of a schisis automaton. This helps support his claim because he's repeating several of the similar concepts about positive and negative thinking with different wording, and that is a schisis automaton. The schisis automaton helps support his claim because it's repeating the same concept over and over, allowing the audience to hear it more and more, but also it's giving it in different words, which also allows the audience to understand that it can be applied to many different situations in life. And then this gives it a more universal feel to it, allowing the audience to allowing it to further convey the idea of how positive thinking can help lead you to success to the audience. Another rhetorical strategy he uses was when he says, Cole says, quote, I had come across someone who's thinking negatively and was in a pessimistic mind state, and I let it encourage me, I let it motivate me. This unquote. This quote was an example of parallelism. Parallelism is when two opposite situations are happening, but they have similarities to them. In this situation, he's talking about how there's a person with a pessimistic mindset, yet he starts talking about how he used that pessimistic mindset to motivate him and lead him in a positive direction, which was positive thinking. This helps further support the claim because it shows how negative thinking is one way of thinking, how positive thinking is another way of thinking, but the positive thinking can make good out of a bad situation, but negative thinking can never help anyone overall. In conclusion, Cole Bennett uses schisis automaton and parallelism to convey his claim that positive thinking can lead you towards success in his TED Talk called Mindset is Everything. This TED Talk is important because it can allow people to be motivated in life because they can change their mindset from a negative one to a positive one. And a positive mindset is always good to have in a good situation or a bad situation because it can only be good and it cannot affect you negatively. But a negative mindset could lead you set you back or even stop you from reaching your goals. And this concept that Cole uses about how positive mindsets are important to lead towards success is a timeless concept because it doesn't just apply to a certain situation, but anyone in life can use it and they can apply it to almost any situation.